Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to talk about, excuse me, one of my favourite subjects, which is sexual energy. Well, more specifically, I'm going to be talking about masturbation without orgasm. Sip of tea? Anyway, someone wrote to me the other day and it was a woman and she said, "Dear Venus, I think that progressive arousal and plateau are better than orgasm. Also, you will retain your sexual energy inside. So much more pleasure, more long pleasure because of a slow build-up of arousal and edging can increase genital and body sensitivity. Going slow to the plateau, long edging, and finishing with plateau without orgasm. What do you think?" Well, oh my God. Those words are very enticing. I absolutely, totally agree with you. I used to, well, I think a lot of people, when they engage in some sexual activity, either with a person or with themselves, well, maybe more so with themselves. I think sometimes the objective is just to kind of reach destination orgasm as soon as possible. Whereas, and I used to do the same thing actually. I used to have a watch a few years ago that used to measure the intensity of my orgasms. It's really interesting because I used to kind of use it to compare different sex toys because I'd just be concentrating on my erotic triggers, and then usually it used to take me about, let's say, 8 to 9 minutes with a good sex toy and then maybe 15 or 20 minutes with a not so good one, because I was kind of having a race with myself, and I don't think that's really the best attitude to have when one indulges in self-love or masturbation or sex. So I think I totally agree with but now my whole technique has changed ever since I discovered this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And even though it's a huge classic, I think it's from 1937, and a lot of people, well, it's actually kind of a personal development, success book, and it's kind of like talking about the law of attraction without specifically saying law of attraction. But I was blown away by it because of the chapter called The Mystery of Sex Transmutation. And for myself as an orgasm activist, I was thinking, why are they talking about sex in a kind of personal finance or personal development book? I didn't understand. And it talks about how when you retain your sexual energy and how you can use that for powerful things. And here is what it says about that. The energy, sexual energy, must be transmuted from desire for physical contact into some other form of desire and action before it will lift one to the status of a genius. Far from becoming genii, I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it, genius in plural, because of great sex desires, the majority of men lower themselves through misunderstanding and misuse of this great force to the status of lower animals. And I totally agree with that. I think sexual energy or sexual power has been completely misunderstood, and that's why I think sex sells. It's kind of like this kind of control to keep us kind of under this false promise of I don't know. It's a very it's a very powerful force, and when people are kind of desiring sex, I think that's when we can be sold certain products or whatever much more easily than if everyone was kind of sexually satisfied. But going back to this sexual energy thing, when I discovered this, I started to actually, I completely transformed my approach to masturbation. And instead of kind of like going for orgasm, trying to reach destination orgasm as soon as possible, I kind of enjoyed the journey a lot more. And I started to actually incorporate the law of attraction into my masturbation. I used to set intentions and kind of masturbate thinking of those intentions, and I didn't really want to transmute my sexual energy. I wanted to actually use it and use orgasm to manifest, because I then, after discovering sex transmutation, I discovered sex magic, which instead of kind of denying the sexual energy, is kind of like reinforcing it or kind of making it more powerful and actually reaching orgasm as well. However, there have been occasions when I have indulged in sexual stimulation and and also setting intentions, etc. And instead of actually going to the level of orgasm, I've actually stopped at plateau stage, just as this person said in this message, and I've used edging as well. Edging is when you get to a point of stimulation where you're about to have an orgasm, and then you would kind of reduce the level of stimulation to prevent the orgasm, and then build it up again and have several kind of peaks or edges, and then that can actually make an orgasm a lot more intense. But what she's talking about here is actually to actually stay on plateau level when, and I've done that a few times as well. It's been and it's something that I really enjoyed, because I think that when I'm indulging in sexual stimulation, masturbation, whatever, there comes a point when I can just feel this energy like free flowing without any obstacles within my body. My breathing is a lot more relaxed. I just feel really connected. And I think I've used this technique sometimes when on days when I've actually been quite tired because I haven't slept that well, and I found that just by kind of it's very you have to have a lot of willpower and self-control to actually stop at that point of extreme stimulation and pleasure and not go to orgasm. It's kind of like stopping just before, and then maybe you can do some breathing, and I like to do some pelvic floor exercises to kind of still engage the area, but not really take it to orgasm, and just really concentrate on an intention that I might have. And then I found that I've had a lot more energy throughout the day, because sometimes if you have an orgasm, even though women are not so game over as men might be, it's still a kind of a different kind of mindset, like the pre and post orgasmic sensation. It's very different. But if you actually stay kind of stimulated, then you can actually, I find I can actually be a lot more productive and focused, and have success in my day. So I'm actually really looking forward to trying this again, because I haven't been able to recently. I've been doing lots and lots of sex toy testing these last few days, and that's why I've not made any videos, and I've actually had to have orgasms. So I've been having all these tests to do, and I wouldn't feel it was a complete test if I didn't have the orgasm. So I'm actually looking forward to having some sex toy experiences now without orgasms, so I can actually get back to this or try this technique again, and really do it before doing different types of work, such as writing or making videos. So hopefully I will be a lot more productive, etc. Because I do find that masturbation definitely kind of helps me be more creative. And years ago, when I used to be a columnist in El País, which is Spain's biggest newspaper, sometimes I used to have real writer's block, and whenever I did, I used to go to my bed and take my vibrator with me, and whenever I was horizontal, all these ideas would suddenly come to the forefront of my mind, and I would grab my mobile and I would send myself an email, because all these ideas were just flowing like crazy. And then when I'd have my orgasm and go back to my computer, and then I would find the email that I'd written, and I had all these ideas, and I just carry on writing. But then I didn't know then about the chakra system, that I was actually the sacral chakra is the sexuality center and the creativity center. So it really does make sense that sexual energy is the same as creative energy, really. Yeah, so I thought I would share these thoughts with you, and if you are intrigued by this, I would challenge you to actually try to masturbate and maybe reach a very advanced level of excitement and arousal, and then stop and do something productive and see how you feel. I would really love to find out. Anyway, if you have any more suggestions for new videos, don't hesitate to contact me at venusohara.org or on Instagram at venusohara. Thanks for watching.